If you're flying long haul from Zurich, or if you have an international connection with long haul flights, it is very likely that you will be in Concourse E in Zurich Airport. So today let's check out two lounges that they have here that you can access with Priority Pass, namely the Aspire Lounge and the Primeclass Lounge. So let's check them out. So as mentioned before, today we're checking out the lounges at the E-gates that you can access with a Priority Pass. You might also have access if you're flying with certain airlines in business class, or if you have a Dragon Pass and other special credit card benefits. But our first stop today is the Aspire Lounge. All the lounges in the E-gates are located one floor up from the main hall, and they're on two separate sites. But first we're looking at the Aspire Lounge, and here you can see who has access to this lounge. Right next to the Aspire Lounge, there's also the Winston Smoking Lounge. This is for all smokers, not only business class passengers or people with passes, and is the only one at the E-gates. Now this lounge doesn't have private toilets, they're public, but they're basically private because nobody really uses them because they don't know they're up here. But here you can see the very nice entrance to the Aspire Lounge, and the lounge is quite a long lounge. It's not very big, but it is long, and quite importantly, at the right time of year, which was not the case now, you can go outside onto that balcony and enjoy the beautiful weather and see the planes taking off. Really, this is one of the best parts about all the lounges in Switzerland's Zurich Airport. There's also a public viewing area, of course, but it's also nice to be able to get a drink or some food, sit on a chair and enjoy the views, especially of all the planes taking off, going to God knows where. Very, very cool place. Very fun thing to do. But remember, the terraces are only open during the summer or at least warmer months. Now, going back into the actual lounge itself, here you can see more of the seating areas. You do have a little few secluded like sofas on the right hand side behind these white walls. There's also a little screen here showing you all the departures and the dining area, or at least where the tables are, where you can have your meal more comfortably. There are also seats along the window with charging ports, and another very long table where you can have a meeting here, also with loads of charging points. Very useful if you're having a layover. Now let's talk about the food. The uncountable times I've been to both lounges, in general I found the food in the Aspire Lounge to be better than the food in the Primeclass Lounge. Here you can see the selection of little sandwiches and drinks, some little chocolates, a little tea station. Of course you also have coffee and so on. And there is, as always, some booze around. Here you also have something that I personally love a lot, and that's the gummy bears. Definitely a big bonus for me because they stopped serving them in the other lounge. So sometimes I go to both lounges and I come to this one just so I can get some gummy bears. But here's the salad bar, and you have a few warm options. Here we have some cake too, and the options here today were some pasta. Actually, it was really delicious, I have to say. This one was really good, and also some mashed potatoes and some vegetable curry and a soup. Now let's move on to the next lounge we're checking out today, which is the Primeclass Lounge. Here you can see the E-gates hall. You can have some Starbucks or, duty free and some souvenirs. If you go to the other side of the hall and you go up to the first floor, here you can see the Primeclass Lounge. A much more auspicious entrance perhaps, and also a much bigger lounge. Apparently it was Lounge of the Year in 2019, and it is a nice lounge, but I mean, when you compare it of course to global lounges, especially Asia, Middle East, even Africa and so on, this does pale a little bit in comparison when it comes to the food and drink offerings, but from space and comfort I would say that this is really good. You have some TVs showing you some sports and information. There's a bar here with various drinks. They do serve fewer drinks now than they used to. There are also no gummy bears, as I said, and quite often some of the drinks are not brought out unless you ask, which is something that I do find a bit of a disappointment. But yeah, there is a decent selection here, so you won't be thirsty. Now let's have a look at the food offerings here. There is a little salad bar as well, a bit of a simple one. There are also some condiments, plates of course, and other cutlery, a couple of sauces, and about 3 to 4 warm dishes in general. Sometimes there are more, but there's always a pasta dish, some fruit juices, and usually some bread, which was empty too. Here there were some little cordon bleu kind of things that was quite nice, some fried rice, and some vegetables. Nothing, overwhelming, and obviously nothing expensive. There's also a self-service coffee machine and some soft drinks below, which are in general well filled up. Of course, you can't forget the beers. There's lots of those too, but not a big variety. Here is the extremely bare looking dessert or sweet area. I do find that replenishment is an issue in this lounge, but nonetheless, it is definitely still better than being in the main hall. You have some comfortable seats, the opportunity to charge your phone or laptop, nice views, very, very comfortable places to hang out with people, and in general, comfortable. And especially if it's the right time of year and you can go sit outside on this balcony or this terrace, then you can really enjoy your time while you wait for your plane. Now, compared to the Swiss lounges, despite being smaller, these lounges are usually emptier. So that's always a good benefit to have. Here are some tables where you can work at with some plugs, and of course, another one of those balconies. There's also a big TV, they're playing sports and news, and some very big bathrooms and private bathrooms for lounge users. Now, if you're thinking about buying lounge access and you don't get it free with a card or whatever, there are other options down to here too, like Pret and Starbucks and a few other shops. There are also loads of places where you can buy like souvenirs. This is probably one of the better souvenir shops here. It's obviously expensive, but if you've forgotten to buy something, this is your last chance to do so. From watches to perfumes to all kinds of chocolates and pen knives and t-shirts and God knows what else, you'll find pretty much everything here. There's even a little bookstore in like an open format, and of course there's also another duty-free where you can buy, the usual booze and perfumes and cigarettes. So it's not a bad terminal, I must say, and you'll always find something to do. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review. See you there.